Hello to everyone and welcome on this YouTube channel. So today we are going to continue with our database training. So this is tutorial number 2. So on this tutorial we are going to discuss about relationship between tables. So the aim of the tutorial is to know how to create relationship between tables using Microsoft Access. So before starting with the video, like the video and comment. Very good. So if you have not yet subscribed to the channel, make sure you subscribe. Now, so let us read. A relationship linked to tables to prevent data duplication is exactly that. Because remember that we have what we call relational database. Very, very important. So in relational database, there in fact we are having different tables. So we are having 2 or more tables, and those tables are related together. Now, each time we are talking about relationship between tables, 2 notions must be present. The notion of primary key and foreign key. Foreign key, very important. So everybody knows already, the primary key uniquely identify a record in a table. So it's written here. Now, what's the foreign key? The foreign key of a table is simply the primary key of another table. For example, look at this diagram. If you look here very well, student course, you are going to see here SN. You see SN for serial number. If you look back this table, student info, you'll be seeing SN. So if you look here near SN, you'll be seeing a key. So this simply means that SN is a primary key of this table. But SN is still appearing on the table student core. It simply means what? That this SN here is what? The foreign key of the table student course. Exactly. You see. So it's a foreign key here because it is primary key in another table. As simple as that. So that's the concept of foreign key. And we are going to use this foreign key to make what we call relationship. Those lines you are seeing here. Very good. Now it's very clear that from the previous video we have created only one table. So now we are going to create other tables, these 2 other tables here, because we need at least 2 tables to create relationship. Good. So here I'm back into Microsoft Access. So the first thing is to create the other database. Now, I don't want to waste time creating database because creating table, because the previous video you saw how to do that. So on this video, in fact, I'm going to import other table from Microsoft Excel. So remember, where are you going? You move back here, external data. You click here on Excel. Good. At this level, what did I say? You click on browse to look for the table you want to include. Now, if this type of question they're asking at the GC, it's very clear that you move to desktop and look the candidate folder and just import the table from there. Good. But since this is my personal computer, I've kept the table somewhere here. Good. So we are going to start with subject table. So I click on open. Now at this level, always verify here whether the name of the table is at this level to be sure that you are really importing the right table. Good. After that, you are going to move to the next. Before going there, I hope you remember what we did at this level. So here, see, I've ticked the first option, because this first option simply means that we are trying to import a table that is not existing in database. So the table is not yet existing here, and we are trying to import. So what we are trying to do here is to import and create automatically in Access. Or what we did in the last video is that we created the table in Access first, and the aim now was to import the data to fill the table. And in that case, if you want to import data to fill an existing table in Microsoft Access, you're going to choose the second option. So if you have any problem with that, just go and look the first video, tutorial number 1. So I'm going to press on OK, because in my own case, it's a new table not existing. Good. So if you look at this level, you'll be seeing that the first row contains what? The column heading. Meaning that here, he has identified the first row from the table in Excel to be the different field of this table we are going to create in Microsoft Access. And I told you the last time that if Microsoft Access is doing this, it's simply because, let me move to the Excel file. It's simply because that first line, in fact is at the first position here. You see, good. Meaning that if you are having your table and line number 1, you are not having these headers here. In that case, Microsoft Access cannot detect that. So please, each time they are going to give any question where you are having an Excel table and you're supposed to import the table to Microsoft Access, make sure that you arrange your table in this form. In this form, simply make sure that your data is starting, in fact, the different information is starting at line 1, after the next line 2, line 3, and the rest. So that when you import the table, Microsoft Access is going to identify this first line directly to be the field of your table. Now, so that as from the second row, he's going to identify that as the record. You see, very, very important. Good. So if I move here, you have identified already, so no need to untick this checkbox. So I'm going to leave it like that and just press on next. Now at this level, you have nothing to do at this level, so you just press on next, because at this level what is happening here is like we are trying to precise the data type of each field, but we are going to do it directly in Microsoft Access, so we don't need to do it at this level. So you just move to next. At this level now, he's choosing the primary key, because remember that when you are creating a table, you need to precise the primary key. It's also possible to create a table with no primary key. Good. Like here, if you don't precise, you are seeing that he's going to create a column automatically to represent the primary key. In my own case, I don't want him to create a column, but I want to use an existing column as my primary key. So I'm going to click here, choose my own primary key. Now from here, you're having the list of the different columns. Good. So as I've explained the last time, the first column always represent the primary key. Not always, but majority of the time. So you are the one now to identify, like to analyze that first row to verify if it is really a primary key or not. And in our own case, it's very clear that this is the primary key here, because if you look the different information there is no row that is repeating itself. You see, 7, 10, 7, 15, 25, nothing is repeating. So this is the primary key. And majority of the time, to identify the primary key, when you're seeing a column having something like code or IG, you see, with the name of the table, you just know that it is a primary key. So I'm going to choose that and press on next. In this case now, here they're asking you for the name of your table. So here you're going to give the name based on your question paper. Okay, so the name of this table is subject. I think yeah, it's subject. So I'm going to press on finish. Here you just press on close. Good. So this is the table here, subject. You see everything is there. So we are going to do same very fast for the third table. So I browse. The third table here is student subject. Okay, I press OK, student subject, everything is nice here. Okay, so he has recognized. Good. Next. So here nothing to change here. Next. Choose my primary key, script code. Good. Next. The name here was student subject. Student subject. Finish. Good. Close. Very nice. So if I click here, student subject, go, this is the table here. Very nice, very nice. Good. So now, in the exam for your own question, maybe you are not going to import table from Excel. They can ask you to create directly a table and you will fill the data yourself. So we did that in the first tutorial. Good. So at this level here, we are having our different tables. So this is it. I can just right click on them and view. So if you look here, these are the different tabs. You see, and navigate here. So I'm going to close all. Good. Okay, press here, close all. Good. Because remember that each time you are trying to work with a component in Microsoft Access, you need to close all the table. So this space here must be free, empty. Because if there's any table that is open here, by the time you'll be working with a component, you'll be having a mistake saying that, okay, close your table. So very important, note that. So I'm going to move here. Database tool, you remember very well. I'm going to click on relationship. Now when you click on relationship, normally there's a small window that is supposed to appear here. So if that window is not appearing, like in my own case, you are going to press this button here, show table. You click, you see, good. But normally when you click relationship, this must appear automatically. Good. Now the aim here is to add the different tables. So you click on student info, the first table, you press add. You see, after you click on student subject, you press add. After subject, you press add. Exactly that. So when you are done, you close. So these are the different tables. Now, at this level, I've explained already. When you are seeing something with this small key here, it's just representing what? The primary key. Good. Now, so here the next thing now is to create a relationship between the table. So to do so is very, very easy. Now, so before starting with relation, since we have imported this table, there are things we need to verify. Good. So let me move back at this level. Let me just click on student info first. Good. Student info, I'm going to press here. You remember very well, design view. Good. At the level of design view, this is what you are going to verify. Here, I'm having what? SN. Good. What is the data of SN? Number. Now you move down here, you verify. Number is having different size. Here is what? Long integer. If I press at this level, look, you see, we have what we call long integer replicate. In fact, here is long integer. So, good. Now, I move to the next table. I think the table is student subject. Good. At the level of student subject, I'm going to move to design view. Now, student subject is having also a field called what? SN. You see, but SN is already primary in another field. It simply means that this SN here is foreign key in this table. Each time you are having a field that is a foreign key, please, there's two things to note here that is very important. Make sure that that field is having the same data type as the field of its primary key, as the field, in fact, of the column in another table where it is primary key. Very, very important. So remember that the other field here, if I come back at this level, this was SN was auto numbers. Please, auto number and number are the same thing. I've already explained what is the meaning of auto number, you see. So no need to explain. But just know that it's the same thing as number. Good. So here is what? Long integer. So at this level, you are going to move back to student subject. Make sure that when I press on number here and move down here, I hope you are now seeing. Here is double. So if I don't correct this, by the time I will be creating my relationship, I'm going to have a mistake. Good. So I'm going to press here and click on long integer. Good. After that, Control S to save. Good. If you don't want to press here, they say the size of one. In fact, it's just a confirmation message. Yes. If you don't want to press there, you can press up here. Save. I've explained that the last time. Good. So after that, I'm going to close. Now let me move back to relation. Now, if you look again very well your table, there's a relation between the table subject where we are having course code and the table student subject with course code. So let us move and verify these two fields to verify if they are having the same data type. So student subject, this is it. Course code is what? Number, and it is double. Good. So I prefer to put integer or long integer, no problem. Good. Now, student subject, we are done. Now if I move here, the next is what? Subject. So primary key is what? Course code. So you go to subject. So you click on the table, design view. Now course code here is what? Is number. And when you look down here, you are seeing is double. So if I leave this like that, I'm going to have problem. So I'm going to put integer. So integer is exactly what I did here. Where is it? Course code integer. Go. This is it. Now, so at this level, everything is now clean. So now I can decide to close. If I did not save, please, to save each time, Control S. Very important, because if I'm trying, let us say I try to have saved this one. So if I close, everything is okay. But when you don't close, when you don't save and you want to close, like this one, I've modified and I did not save. Now when you're trying to close, they're asking if you really want to save the change. I will say yes. Good. So after I close this one, close. Good. So I'm back at this level. Now to create relationship, how we do it is very easy. You move to the table where you are having the foreign key. You place your mouse. Now you press the left click of your mouse. Left. Good. When you press on the left click, you now drag the mouse like that to come and join it here on the SN at this level. So now let us say you don't even drag well. At this level, you can still choose, you see. Good. But in our own case, I want SN. SN is exactly that. Now I'm going to click on this button, enforce referential integrity. So referential integrity here is just to make sure that the whole of relationship are respected. I'm going to explain this in another video because here is something you need to know also. Good. But when everything is nice, you have no problem. Good. So if I click on create, good, you have created it. Now this side, the next thing is course code and course code. So remember that you are moving from foreign key to primary key. Here you have a mistake. Here is okay. Now when I will click on enforce referential integrity, create A mistake, exactly. So this mistake, I did it myself. Let me show you how to correct it, because you people will be having this type of mistake. Or before that, let us read the mistake. Here they say, data in table student subject violate referential rule. For example, there may be record relating to employee in the related table, but no record for the employee is in the primary table. In fact, so please take your time and read this and understand. But let me explain it. It's very easy. Now, what they are saying there is, if I move back here, it's between student subject and subject. Good. Remember something. In this table, course code is the primary key. Good. And in this table, this second table, good, course code is what? Is the foreign key. It simply means what? Now, remember that the role of the foreign key is for us to have the relationship between two tables. Meaning what? When I'm on this table, let us say I'm having a script code, which is what? 834. Okay. Now, for this script code, let us say let me move back to subject. Let us say I want to know the course name for the script code 834. How am I going to do it? It's very easy. So this is 834. I'm going to move on the column course code. Course code is what? 725. So from the foreign key, I'm going to move directly to the table concerning. So 725, this is it here. Good. It is what? Economic. So I hope you are seeing how you are doing it. It simply means what? It simply means that each time you are having a foreign key, you should not include a data that is not existing on the original table. Exactly that. So for example, let us say this G67 is having maybe something like 800 here. It's not making sense, because if I move on the table subject, 800 is not existing here. So in that case, you are having problem. And this is exactly the problem we are having there. Meaning that in this table here, we are having some record that is not existing at this level. So now the aim is to correct that. So I'm just saying that because these are the type of mistakes sometimes you can be having in the exam. So how are you going to correct that? So here, first of all, if you look here, this field, you're going to see that it's empty. So here, I'm going to delete this. So these are mistakes that sometimes they can introduce. So you delete record. Good. Confirmation. Yeah. Now there's another one here that I've added myself, which is, look here, 730. Move to subject. If you look very well here, you're going to see that 730 is not existing. So I'm going to move at this level and delete this record. Good. Delete the record. Very nice. Now Control S to save. Now you close. Remember that you cannot be doing relation if these tables are open. So you close them. Good. Now at this level, let us do it back. Course code. I drag it to course code here. Enforce referential integrity. Create. Everything is nice. Now, in the exam, let us say I did not correct that mistake. You see? Now, if you don't correct that mistake, because remember that mistake appeared because I've checked this box of enforce referential integrity. When you don't check the box and you press on OK, everything will give normally. Why? Because enforce referential integrity is verifying if the rule of primary key and foreign key are respected. Or you don't click on this box, he doesn't care, in fact. So even if there's any mistake, even if you have included a data that is not existing, he don't care. He's not going to create a relationship. Good. So but it's good to be doing things very nice. Because remember that after this relation, the next thing you are going to study is query. And in query, when you're not having good stable with good data, you'll be seeing that your query is not going to work. Query simply means request from the table. Good. So I think this is all for the video. Hope you have enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like the video and share it to your friend. Very good. So thank you and see you in the next video. Ciao.